We are finishing the book of Bamidbar, the fourth book of the Torah. We are finishing it with a double parsha, Matot and Masai, and when they are put together, they are the longest Torah reading that we have. We read in Parashat Masai, we read about Arei Miklat, cities meant for people who have killed by accident and need a place to go. In ancient civilization, if you went and killed someone, the family of the person who was killed would come and retaliate. Part of the reason for a justice system in the world is so that you don't need to take revenge. It removes that responsibility of personal revenge by the fact that the government does it for you. They take a person and is executed for his crimes. But what happens if a person kills someone by accident? You're chopping wood in the forest, the blade of the axe goes flying off and kills someone else. This was in no way on purpose. But the family of the deceased are still missing someone from their family. Where is their justice? Where is the retribution? So, the Torah says, there's Arei Miklat, a place that you go in somewhat of an exile, and you stay there until the Kohen Gadol of your generation dies. The high priest of your generation is responsible in a way. So the question is, what's the connection? What's the connection between the fact that you killed someone by accident and the Kohen Gadol? And there's two main opinions. One opinion is brought by the Gemara that says it was the Kohen Gadol's responsibility to pray harder, because if he would have prayed harder, accidents like this wouldn't have happened. Which means that obviously there are bad people out there who are going to do bad things. So the Kohen Gadol's prayers aren't going to stop a bad person who wants to go and kill someone. That's not going to stop. But accidents are avoidable with the power of prayer. The Rambam, Maimonides, takes a different approach by this. And he says, it has nothing to do with the supernatural prayers and the connection to that, but rather very much human psychology. Which means when the Kohen Gadol dies, it is a national grievance. Everyone is sad, and people put aside their own personal pain. And because people are putting aside their own personal pain, then you are now released. These are two very different ways of learning the Torah and reading the Torah. But they show us different approaches of how do we believe that God interacts in the world. Does God interact through the power of miracles and prayer in that sense? Or is God's presence in the world through the natural course of things? Maimonides holds by an approach that God created a world so perfect that he doesn't need to intervene in it almost ever. While other approaches look and say God's presence is constantly intervening in this world. We are changing it through prayers. Maimonides' approach on prayers is the prayers are changing us, and therefore the result ends up changing. These two are very, very important. While they do not necessarily agree on everything, they're important ways that we can repeat and learn the Torah over and over and over again, and be able to see God's hand in the natural and in the supernatural in every aspect of our life. Shabbat Shalom.